Hello students and welcome again to Mehta PG College online study portal, and today in this video this is the lecture 5th for BSc first year mathematics, paper 2nd physics, electromagnetism and for English medium. So today in this lecture we will proceed our knowledge for the scalar and vector field concepts. Going further, we will discuss some sort of modern calculation points as the Gauss's divergence theorem and pretty much punctual the Stokes-Kuhl theorem. But before going deep into these concepts, I would like you to discuss about concept of solid angle. Well, according to your exam point of view, this is not so much important, but this is something you must have known of, because it can be asked about 2 and 2.5 marks question. So let's start with this lecture. So today, as I have told you, and you can see on the whiteboard here, the concept of solid angle. So we will talk about what is a solid angle. So how will you define a solid angle? Let's imagine with me that when you are watching something, there is certainly be an angle. You can see that, for example, your vision is about 3 degree. That's pretty much sure that you can see an object in 3 dimension. But for your reference, as you can click a photo or in a photo frame, the things you see are 2 dimensional for sure. So it means that you can see only a surface area in front of you. For example, you can only see the whiteboard surface, which is just in your line of sight. You can see this, only this surface area you can see pretty much clear, but you know that the thing has 2 more dimension to go. So let's discuss with it. So what is solid angle? Solid angle is the view, you can say. It's some sort of how a things appear to you, how a thing appear to you in sense what? In sense you are watching. Well, this is not part of the definition for solid angle, but solid angle is the angle at which you watch all the objects around you, you watch all the atmosphere around you. This is the concept of solid angle. Let's proceed further and know much more about this. The solid angle, certainly you can see, imagine an observer here. Consider that this point here is an observer which is, who is watching something in sense what. So let's proceed further. That consider here is a surface area. You say this surface area, the surface AB, you say. So this is your line of sight that you are watching this. This is your these 2 lines, the line OA and OB represents your line of sight, the way you can watch this surface area particular here. So what if the surface area is a bit inclined here? So this is what you are watching this when the surface area is erect in sense, but what if the surface area you see that was erect, and what if it is a little bit tilt in your vision? Can you imagine that first you see the surface area which is inclined in front of you, and then the second case when the surface area you are watching is a bit inclined. So let me go further. Consider this is the inclined area. Say it's this is the point C where it is striking in your line of sight, and this another point, the base point, you say is the point D. So here are these 2 points, it is striking over here. This must be the center of line of sight, you see, because every time when you are watching an object, there will certainly be a center where your visionary focus stays there. You say this is the point, and let's say the distance at this point from point O, you say is R, because R represents the position vector, or in sense you can say as the displacement vector here. Okay, let's know pretty much more about it. Maybe this inclined surface area, let me draw the surface direction. Every time you know the direction of surface is always normal to its plane. Every time when you are watching a surface, the direction of surface always lies normal to it. You can imagine this as a surface, so the direction of surface will be towards you or in back side. That's pretty much same. For surface CD which is inclined, let's say this is the direction ds for the surface CD. ds represent here the unit vector direction for surface CD. Let's say it's making an angle theta with it. Let's say theta is the angle which is ds is making with the line of sight. In sense of 3D, you say this angle, this must be angle. Every time you imagine angle, you imagine angle in one dimension always, because every time when we are talking about angle, we see that the angle in these two dimension. We are not proceed further, but when you watching an angle in 3 dimension, because your vision always you see that your vision is about 3 dimension, literally about 3 dimension. You can see objects, you can see 3D objects around you. So this is what we are discussing here. So the solid angle represents how you can watch an object, because every time when the object which is appears just in front of you always have a 3-dimension angle, and this angle is termed as solid angle. You can see this angle is termed as solid angle. We will go further with our calculus. Let's say the surface area dA, this represents the vector r. Okay, this is the position vector r, you say, it represents here, and this distance must be r, sorry, this distance must be r here. So let me say that the area at which we are operating here, the area which we can see here, you say that the area is dA, some sort of area is dA. dA is an area element which is equals to r cap ds. So what is r cap? R cap representing the unit vector. This is the unit vector for r cap, has a direction over there. So r cap dot ds, and this is the dot product. In short, this is the scalar multiplication for r cap and ds, and every time when we have scalar multiplication we end up saying ds cos of theta, because it is a unit vector, and always every time when you are talking about unit vector, the magnitude of unit vector is always equals to unity. Okay, so you do not need to consider it far more here. So this is ds cos of theta. Let's say this is equation 1. As we have the value of dA, then now it is done for the solid angle. So what it will be, the solid angle, the value of solid angle will be, let's say UV denote solid angle by the symbol d omega. D omega represents the solid angle here, and the solid angle will be equals to dA over r square. dA is the area element here, and r is the directional vector. So dA over r square represents d omega. This will be the solid angle. We will find out the value certainly. This is equals to ds cos of theta using equation 1 over r square. This is it. Okay, very well. Let's say this equals to the, this must be the equation 2. Keep in mind both the equation 1 and equation 2, and we will proceed further. Let's say if r is equals to 1. What if this distance you see, because you can consider it as in 1 meter, the thing you can imagine if the camera against me, among me, is about 1 meter far, then the what will be the value of solid angle here? If r is equal to 1, and if the solid angle has no dimension, then it is represented by the unit steradian. You know what is steradian? Steradian is an parameter for defining your angles in 3 dimensions. This is the equation you need for more. Consider equation 1 and equation 2 in your mind. Keep both of these equations in your mind, and we will proceed further with the solid angle. You can take a screenshot for your reference. Let me be aside. Okay. I think I should clear this off, and let's proceed further for the solid angle. Okay. As we have discussed that every time you're watching an object, you watch it in 3 dimensions. Every time, okay, let's say our vision you see is a 3-dimensional. This is our vision, 3-dimensional vision. So we consider all the 3 axes here. Say all of these axes. This must be the axis X. You say this is axis Y and this is axis Z. Sorry, this is axis X, this is axis Y, and this you say axis Z. So these are the axes. This is our origin point O. Now listen to me carefully. I will draw everything step by step, and you are supposed to look at it because you have to take it seriously, because the thing will going pretty much complicated here. So I think I must draw step by step and you will observe everything. Let's say every time, because our vision must be circular, because every time we see the things, I think we should consider our vision pretty much circular here, as in sense of sphere, sorry, not circular but spherical view, because I think every object we are seeing around us, let's say you are in a spherical ball and at the center, then every distance you see from you will be equidistant to you, equidistant. This must be the, I am trying to do it pretty much proper, but it may not be proper at the whiteboard. Okay, can you imagine all these? This is the ZY plane, this is ZY plane, this is XY plane, and this is again the ZX plane. You know, this is the ZY plane, this is the ZX plane, and this is XY plane. I am going to rough this because we do not need it far more. Where is the duster? Here it is. Okay, so here I am representing all the 3 planes here. These all 3 represents plane. Let's say here we have an object at point P. I think I should go pretty much above there, a little bit above. Yes, let's say this is point P, which an observer is watching from the origin. This is point P, and it may have a length in a sense. This might be a literal length segment. Yes, this might be a literal length segment. You say this is PQ. This is a length segment a person is watching, and you say this is a length segment we are watching, and consider if it got displaced little bit there. What if it got a little bit displacement here? Let's see, this has a displacement here at point S and with point R. So now you will end up having coordinates, say, let me join all these lines here. All of these lines are joined at the origin, and these all are forming a cone here. Cone. These all the surface element PQRS. We have a surface element over here PQRS, which an observer is watching from the origin. Let's say this is the dimensional space. Let me make it. Okay, so this is what it is. You see, PQRS is the area element you are watching here. Let me darken it. Sorry, I think I must use another marker so it will be more easier for you. So this is the area element PQRS. You know how does this element got formed? This element formed because the length segment PQ has been displaced at the point RS, resulting you to give this plane. Okay, this is the plane PQRS which we are supposed to discuss, and we will find out the surface element for this. So what will be the surface element here? Let's say here is an angle formed in the sense of solid angle. We will find out what will be the value of solid angle here. Let's say this angle it has formed because literally it got a little displacement over there. It was here, consider it was here and got a little displacement there. You can understand this? Let me repeat. This was here, everything was clear because we are watching a single point here, a single length segment there. Then the length segment got a little displacement as per as its width. You say PS is the width, it got displacement PS, and this will become, let's say this angle it becomes is the angle phi here, the angle that is been here. You say these all are making a straight line here, and the angle joining all these P and S, the angle between P and S, you say is angle phi. Hope you can see there. Sorry, not this, but this must be the angle. This angle could we find out here? The angle here must be angle phi. You know what is the value of angle phi? Angle phi is at the bottom plane here. This is angle phi here. Okay. Again the displacement from the origin you say is vector r. R is the displacement, r in magnitude, not in vector form, sorry. R vector, sorry, r is the displacement here or the length segment. The area you see, you say is dA, area element here. You say must be dA, this is the area element, and for displacement you say it says r d theta. This is the displacement theta here. So what will be this value? The surface here making it, this is the displacement, this displacement in terms as r d theta. The distance PS here, the distance PS is termed as r d theta. This is the distance PS which is r d theta, and again the displacement in sense of phi. What will be the displacement in sense of phi? This again will be r d phi sine of theta. These are the displacement vectors here, dA, r d theta and r d phi sine of theta. This will be the displacement for the surface. You see what is r d theta? The side PQ is r d theta and the side QS is r d phi sine of theta, and dA is the area element here. Okay, so you got a pretty much well explanation here. This is the diagram over here. Let's say, let me join all these lines here. These two lines also will help us. Let's say these lines are making an angle phi, as per as the phi angle over up above there. This must be length segment d phi, not phi. This must be d phi. Let's say these are making an angle phi, and this is the displacement you say is d phi. Okay, this is all what we are supposed to go, and now our calculation will take place, and this surface which is forming here is r d phi. This is the surface r d phi. Well, let me come up with a point. Say, let's say this is point T. Change the marker. The point here is the point T. This is the point M, you say, and this is the point N. So this is all the displacement here from the point T, M, and N. So we will calculate the value of solid angle here. The value of solid angle you say is about 4 pi. So how it will be calculated we will talk about. You know PQ is equal to R theta and QS is equal to R d phi sin theta. We will gonna use all these values here. Let's say in the triangle OPT, you can see the triangle OP and T here. In triangle OPT, what will be in triangle OPT? TP upon OP. TP upon OP will be equals to sin of theta, because the value of theta is this. TP upon OP is the sin of theta. Okay, TP upon OP is the sin of theta here. So this is what. So what will be the value of TP here? TP will be equals to OP sin of theta, and the value of OP is the displacement. You say R. This will be R sin of theta. Similarly, you can calculate SP. So what will be the value of SP? This is the SP. Sorry. So what will be the value of SP here? SP is again in, this is d phi, the angle is d phi. So what will be the value of SP? So the value of SP will be equals to R sin of theta, TP, the length TP, R sin of theta multiplied with the angle, you say d phi. R sin of theta, d phi. These two are the values which is required for our calculus, you say. This is equation 1. Also remember PQ is equal to RD theta. Let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So here we got two equations for PQ and SP. This is PQ and SP. So what will be the area? dA will equals to dA will be equals to PQ into SP. This will give us the area element here. Therefore, area element PQRS. Therefore, area element PQRS. So what will be the area element PQRS here? This will equals to dA, which is equal to equation 1 cross equation 2, because we will need a multiplication for equation 1 and equation 2, not the cross multiplication but the scalar multiplication. Okay, so dA will equals to, dA will be R square sin of theta d theta d phi. This is equation 3, because we will need equation 3 for our further calculus. Okay, so we find out the value for the surface element. So again, what will be the value of solid angle? Again, the value of solid angle d omega will be equals to dA over R square. dA over R square. So d omega is equal to, what is the value of dA there? R square sin of theta d theta d phi over R square, and R square got cancelled out from R square. So d omega is equal to sin of theta d theta d phi. This is again equation 4. So what will be the value of omega here? For the value of omega we need to integrate equation 4. Integrating equation 4, let's say, what will be the value of theta? Sorry, where does the value of theta exist? From where to where? You say theta could be 0 to 90 degree. Sorry, 0 to 180 degree. This could be the value of theta here. But the value of phi, it could have a complete rotation there. So the value of phi must be from 0 to 2 pi. Let me introduce you here. Integration of d omega will be equals to omega, which will be equals to integration for 0 to pi and 0 to 2 pi. 2 pi for d phi and pi for d theta. This will equals to sin theta d phi. Again, omega will equals to integration for 0 to pi. 2 pi will come out for a constant for d phi and sin of theta d theta. So sin of theta d theta will equals to 2 pi. Again will equals to 2. Sorry, not 2 pi, but equals to 2. So we will get here equals to 2 pi minus cos of theta 0 pi. This will equals to 4 pi. Okay, so the value of solid angle here, let me say, I must write in here. So the value of solid angle omega will equals to 4 pi. So this is the solid angle here. So every time when you are watching an object, you watch the angle maxima you can watch is 4 pi. This is the value of angle you can watch an object from your visionary line of sight, and you can say that. So this is all for today, this class, and further we will discuss some examples for calculus method for our gradients of scalar field, divergence of vector field, and curl for vector field. So thank you very much for watching this video, and prep smart, learn better. Stay connected with the Mehta PG College online study portal. Like and share this video with your friends, and thank you very much again for watching this video, and a happy learning to you.